Wait, so the artist behind CryptoPunks dropped a collection on Robinhood? I'll buy them all right now. That's true. But I don't see where I can verify that. Okay, so X.com. Okay, so this would be Robinhood chimps. Okay, he said that. Is this facts or fake? You sweep them, blah, 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 pew, pew, blah, blah, bruh, blah, blah, bait. Kind of. Okay. So it's not true. It's a derivative. Yeah, it's a derivative. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't get suckered into that. But this is dangerous, dude. This is dangerous. People tricking you. What's up, Moondav? What do you think of Toad Layer on Solana? I'm not sure what that is. What is that? I have an idea. DSW says, make an X tracker to see what are some popular tweets, and then check the tokens. Yeah, it's a good idea. A good idea. You should definitely do that. It's 5K. Yo, is he using AI to write this? I think so. Building and deploying AI applications. The key difference between AI and non-AI applications is that the former has unpredictable outputs. When you prompt an LLM, you don't know what you'll get back. When you train a deep learning algorithm, you don't know what prediction it will make on new examples. In contrast, traditional software behaves more predictably. People who are skilled at building and deploying AI applications understand the building blocks of AI, such as LLMs, context engineer, RAG, agentic workflows, machine learning, and deep learning. And importantly, how to use statistical techniques to measure, steer, and govern AI systems so they behave more predictably. A core skill in doing so is knowing how to drive disciplined evals and error analysis loops. Software engineering fundamentals. When you deeply understand how software works, you can build much more efficiently. Engineering software requires making trade-offs between cost, scalability, reliability, speed, and more. Security and privacy add further complexity. Understanding software fundamentals allows you to recognize what trade-offs even exist. This leads to better decisions in choosing your software stack, designing system architecture, designing your data store, testing, and so on. It also leads to much better outcomes than those for an inexperienced developer who vibe codes a solution without knowing the trade-offs their coding agent is making, which will often be poor ones, because they don't know what context to give their coding agent. Understanding software engineering fundamentals lets you make good trade-offs by steering coding agents using the precise language of software engineering. So that's like a very good reason for you to actually learn how to code. 6 months, 4 hours a day. That's what it took me to learn how to code. And then I just started applying it for like, a year and a half, and then AI dropped. And I feel like I'm a better vibe coder because of that. Using coding agents, using agentic coding effectively is now a key skill for every developer. When you have this skill, you have a good mental model for how agents work. You understand their limitations and how to work around them, and are able to quickly steer them. Knowing how much the flip only shows up when you reprice the whole chain. Gamma itself moves when the price moves. So we price every contract again at 121, pretend prices, and hunt for the zero. I don't fully understand how this Gex tool works, but I do see this in action. The bricks show the walls. This is where they had to buy heavy or sell heavy. And that's why I put this line here, and then I'm just observing how it's acting based off of just building this today. I want to give it to you as well. So there's 3 inputs, and the delay only touches 1. There is a delay of 15 minutes. So this isn't like a live scraper scalper. But the thing is most of this data, open interest is only updated once a day. We bring in today's volume. It is 15 minutes late. This isn't for people that are trying to trade in and out, but the walls don't change. The walls take multiple hours or days in order to come up with the wall. So, you know, while it's not updating every 2 seconds, it's 15 minutes late, it still looks like it's pretty interesting. And you can see that this is using a no API key, no login, no subscription. It's cdn.cboe. It's an API call here. It's 100% free. And nobody can see the dealer's books. So this sign is okay, so this is gonna be sick, bro. Watch this. Maybe it's just AI taking their jobs over. It's gonna be Sam and a bunch of AIs, open AI, and it's just gonna be Sam and a bunch of AIs. That's it. That's possible. That's possible. That's possible. That's possible. All right, let's see what Shorty did here. Nice, dude. I like it. But it makes it glitter a little too differently, and I don't know if I like that part. The one problemo, bro, is that now when it refreshes, it pushes me up to the top of the screen. I would like it to be the bottom of the terminal that it pushes me to, if that's possible. This guy has a $106 million position here. Percolating. Burn, burn. I spent 10 G's on my first bot. I just deployed it. I thought just because I know how to code, I can be a billionaire. And that's just not true. You actually have to have ideas. I went straight live with the money. But that led me to a place that I'm 6 years in now, and I have a framework that works for me, and I can show you everything along the way. Essentially, the framework is this. It starts with an R. So a guy showed me his screens that were trading all over the place. And I asked, what are you doing, dude? Like, he was just a regular dude. And he said, I'm an algorithmic trader. I trade $1 billion per day. And at that point in my life, I was trading by hand, getting liquidated, using way too much leverage. And I was like, oh, damn, if you can do that, I can probably do that too. So I went ahead and I did it. But not just that. I went ahead and took it to the next level. I took his ideas here and I went ahead and built an AI agent flow for those ideas. I'll explain all of this to you and I'll give you all of the code. If I go here, copy path, and I say T-flow, I can go ahead and run this AI agent flow that I'll be showing you here today. And you can see environment variables loaded and it's gonna go ahead and start working on it for me. But let me go ahead and explain it to you. You can see the researcher agent has started, beautiful. So he showed me his screens and I'm like, yes, this is my solution. I was stuck to the screens all day, waking up to liquidation emails. You know the process, dude. Use too much leverage, stare at the screen all day, because if you stare, it will go your way. Of course not. Now, 4 hours a day, 6 months later, I actually learned how to code. He inspired me that much that I learned how to code. And then I went ahead and I built you make is a signal, not an order. Proper decides whether to copy it to a Hyperliquid, A book, verifiable on chain, or just record it internally, B book. The A book, the traders they think will win, so they are not on the hook. The B book, they B book the ones they think will lose and keep the losses. They open source the classifier, which is generally more honest than the industry standard, but it does not change the incentive. Okay, let's see up here. I'm gonna go back and forth. Okay, so this here is 3 good questions. How can they build with no key? How much can you build with no key? Free, no key, no account, all market data, indicators, signals, back tests on real HL candlesticks, position sizing and risk math, everything up to the moment of buy 0.001. Needs the account as the auth, your account ID, placing orders, okay. So the brain is free and the hands are not. That's maybe 80% of the code by volume, but the 20% you can't test is where every bug lives. Reduce only, flipping, use short, ULID, ID and potency, cancel return 201, building that blind and plugging it in day 1. How you find all 4 at once with money on. One thing to be aware of, the key alone isn't enough. The chain is account, Stripe checkout, challenge, account ID exists, okay. Also correcting something from the earlier research, it claimed a free beta environment with fake money you could test against before paying. I went through their whole docs, repo, quick start, and SDK. There's no such thing documented. API.beta.proper.xyz is just the URL base. It's nothing like Hyperliquid. This is the part worth internalizing. It's the opposite model. So you Google sign in, proper holds everything, they issue everything. You never touch Hyperliquid at all. No wallet, no signing, no private key anywhere in the loop. Proper holds HL positions in its own account. You send instructions to proper server. The proper decides whether to mirror them on HL. You're a customer of a web API that happens to trade on Hyperliquid. You're not a Hyperliquid trader. Real trade-off, no key management risk, which is generally nice, but full counterparty risk and a switch they control. Exact inverse of your HL bots where you hold the keys and nobody can turn you off. Yes, simulated, and that's exactly why there's no private key. You're instant connected the right 2 things. There's no private key because you're not custodying anything or transacting on chain. You're trading entries on Proper's ledger, okay.